I think I designed a pretty cool piracy gameplay. You tell me. You are in the sea, in your ship, and you see a marine trade ship. You decide to hunt it, and after some cannon shooting, you put his HP below 50%. When you do that, the marine trade ships surrender and stops, so you can get on board. And when you are on board, the marine trade ship calls for reinforcements, so there will be 2 or 3 marine fighter ships coming to your location to see what's happening. So it's like a bank robbery. You are inside the vault and the alarm is ringing out, so you have a limited time to loot, sniffing around and find anything you can. So in the marine trade ship it's the same. It's full of storages, like a lot of swords, crates, chest, barrel, anything. You can loot everything, but the storage capacity of a marine trade ship is a lot bigger than yours, so you will not be able to take everything. So you have to choose, you have to be quick, you have to make choices efficiently to just target the things you want, the most valuable resources, and run away, flee before reinforcements are coming. And the story of the game is about creating a pirate nation from nothing. It's not a city builder, but this is your piracy activities that will empower the city by taking from the marine trade ship, bringing back to your home. And the idea behind all of these is when you bring, for example, textile cargo, you can level up the activity in the city related to this, like hat shop or a clothes shop. And when you do that with the naval, for example, naval cargo like timber, wooden plank and so on, you can raise the level of the shipyard in your city, like the shipyard getting an extension, or you can craft more ship, or you get better improvements. So this is how piracy is organized, and now we are going to do that, so let's go. So the first thing we need to do all of that is a marine trade ship. I think we need something with a hold, like a place inside you can go sniffing around, finding some hidden things, like a place isolated from the outside. So this is the marine trade ship I got so far. This is a version 1, let's say, even if it's written version 2 here, don't pay attention. So this is the big shape I was mentioning. So if you take this off, you have some space here, so you can make enough gameplay inside. But regarding the modeling, what can I say is the most important thing when you model a ship is the hull. So this is the hull, and that one you really want to be careful. You really want to model this, to spend a decent amount of time, to have a very nice shape with a good harmony, because if you don't do that and you are always constantly improving the shape of the hull, it's going to be a pain in the ass, because you have all of these wooden beams, all of these little things like the keel, I think you call that a keel in English. And if you move the hull, you're going to have to model again, I mean adjust the beams and stuff. So I spent a really decent amount of time just tweaking this thing, having a very satisfying shape that I like. I use references, of course, some references to just from a top view to just see what shape I wanted. And then when I was really sure about this shape, I just add some details and stuff. So this is the first stage, so obviously this is not something very beautiful. I was just here trying to target the space. Like, this is a very important step in your modeling, especially to understand space and scale. And because the player is going to be inside the boat, I really wanted to make sure that we have enough space, but it's not too big, because it's a medium-sized trade ship, and later on we will have some very big-sized trade ships and things like this. So I really wanted to make sure I got enough space, like this. And then when I was pretty happy about it, I designed the hull, as I said. and made some rough tests for storages to see how it was scaling, how it was feeling going around the ship and stuff. And then you put the details and so on. Some kit bashing. I reused some assets from the Marine fighter ship. The Phoenix here, some mast here. Even that. This is some placeholder. This is not very beautiful, but so yeah, it was pretty easy to do that part when you've done the hull and the beams. And then we need storages. So storages is not something very difficult to model. This is pretty simple. I try to think about the normals here. So this is maybe a good topic to talk about. Like, normals are how the light is reacting on the surface of your mesh. Basically, in the games, like indie games, people are always going like this. So they make a wooden beam, for example, and they always put a bevel into it, and they make it flat, and this is how it's done. And I kind of find it a little bit boring. So when you look at this crate here, what I did instead is I marked sharp here to just have something kind of roundish, but still having this straight line in the edge. It kind of gives more, I would say, organic feel to it. So having an organic feel to a piece of wood is a bit weird. But again, don't follow rules. I know that when you watch some tutorials and videos, there are rules like you need to do that and this and that. This is bullshit, I think. It's all about what you want to do. For example, for Nintendo, they love to break rules and they love to do some very weird choices. Because at the end of the day, what matters is only the result you want, the feeling you want to give, and the looking you're targeting, you see? So try to think out of the box and just focus on the end result, if it feels great for you or not, and not following some rules. And this is the end result of the Marine trade ship. It's pretty cool. You have got some stuff here. And of course, we can do a lot better because this is still too clean. We need some details, some broken things and stuff, but this is a lot of work, so let's keep that for version 1 for now and let's move on. So now we have a Marine trade ship and now we have storages. We need items. And in a game, an item is basically a name and an icon. This is the only thing you need to create to have an item. The name is pretty easy to do. So let's create some icons. But first, let's think about how we're going to do that, because we have two ways. We got a more traditional way, which is 2D, so you just create some icons in Photoshop or some stuff like this. Or there is another way of doing the icons through 3D modeling. So basically you just put your models in front of a camera, you put some lights, and you take a picture of it. And I really like this approach because this is non-destructive, kind of. You need to model the items, but it's easier to do because all the rendering, the gradient of the color on the surface is calculated by the light because it's a 3D environment. And later on you can reuse the assets. Like if I create a sack of coals, for example coal, you can put that later for level design, for a narrative level design, like telling a story, just putting some assets to just have a nice composition. So let's do that. And for that, I created a blueprint, kind of an icon generator. And you've got the setup here. So you got our star guest here, a sack of salted fish, very sexy. And you've got the camera here, and you've got a light. And then the result is displaying in this little square where I can take a texture from it and then put transparency and stuff. So you can move your thing and do whatever you want. If you want a bigger icon or like this, like that, whatever. So this is very convenient. It was very, very nice for me to do that. I just created 9 items and we will see what we do later. This is just for testing. And you see that this is just items I created for icons, but then you can reuse them and just drop them in your level design if you want. So now we have a Marine trade ship, we have storages, we have items to loot. We need this looting system, which is an inventory system. So the game is behaving like Skyrim or The Witcher 3, which means you can loot all storages you're looking. And we need also UI. We need beautiful UI and UX. And this has been done by Luca, who did amazing, very beautiful things. Maybe I can show you quickly here. I think UI is very important for a game. I think we should maybe spend more energy into it, because this is where your game gets professional. I heard this advice that if you want to market a game, or if you want to put your game to an audience, you need very beautiful UI. You need this system done, because this will make your game feel like a real game. This is the difference between a project or some hobby, different from a real game, a studio working on a title. And UI is kind of the lever of this, the key point. So we have this, and we are spending some time doing this. It has not been all implemented yet, but we are working on this because there are nice animation done by Luca, and we need to replicate this in programming too. So right now we have this quick inventory, because I don't want to break the immersion of the player. So I want something not very strong, visually speaking. And you have this, you can open the hatch, so the hatch inventory is in the bottom, and you can also have a barrel inventory here. So obviously this is work in progress, and maybe the barrel will have less size for inventory and stuff. So this is the first thing. And the second thing we need to do for inventory is a data system. And this is very important, because a game, the core of a game is data. Data is everything for a game, and the way you're going to organize it will be very critical for your game management, because you need a good system and an efficient system if your game is scaling up, if your project is growing, and if you have several years of development. You want data to be well organized, very modular, easy to handle and stuff. And this is where the work of Nick comes in. He created a very nice data system where you can register some items through keys, and then you can call these keys to just use an item. And the particular thing of this system is it's kind of done like a Lego approach, like block put together. And you can create some different combination. And when, for example, if you're registering a ship, so this is the marine trade ship, then you put the part you want on this. So here we have a storage crate A, storage crate B, chest A, barrel, but not only storage, a lantern and a hammock. Why not? Whatever. And then when you're here, this is where you can call all of these data to just make an instance of a mesh at runtime. And this is where things are very interesting, is all of this is done at runtime, so you have a lot of freedom to make a lot of things for your spawn. Like you can create a procedural system to just put some different placement of the storages, or maybe call some procedural loot resources inside. And if you want one day to just not take off the hammock or take off the storages, like it's dynamic, it's all possible. And then you have the data, the items I showed you earlier. So you just register the items, and then you can call them through another data layout of a storage container. It can be overwhelming at first, but the quicker you work with this, and the better it gets, and you understand. I mean, I'm not a programmer, so I can understand the importance of sorting data properly to have a very strong structure for the game, strong pillars, so your project can scale very, very well. So good job, Nick. Last thing, and I swear we're going to try everything we are doing, the AI. So nothing fancy for the AI, we just need the boat to stop, the marine trade ship to stop at 50% of its HP, and then to spawn 2, 3, whatever you want, marine fighter ship, just aiming to the location of the player, and then the regular fighting, patrolling and fighting behavior will take place. So basically we are in the blueprint, so as I said, nothing fancy. So here the logic regarding the HP, if the marine trade ship is going to stop and surrender, so if it's below 0.5 of the HP, of the max HP of the ship. And here this is where we are going to spawn the marine trade ship. So here is some time, a random float for the time. You have 3-4 minutes to loot. I don't know if it's enough or too long or too short. We're going to test that. So if there are people that want to test the game, we're going to release a demo, maybe something this summer. I don't know. I know that this is very dangerous to put a date because you never respect the delay. But jump on the Discord, and if you're interested, you just send me a DM and we see what we can do for the testing team. And then you spawn the marine trade ship. Here I put 2 on 2 different locations. This is not very clean. This is some very rough and basic AI. So this is under progress. This is a thing that will get improved. So now enough talking. Let's try this. Let's jump on the boat and see if everything is working fine. Okay, so you've got your ship, and this is the marine trade ship we need to hunt down. So let's just set the sails, set the anchor, take the wheel, and let's go. The funny thing is, we don't have swimming yet, neither climbing in a ladder. So basically, when we will get next to the ship, it will be hard to jump in it. But I'm sure we can make it. So now we need to take it down. So let's do this angle, and let's see if I can shoot some cannon. Something like this. No, that's not a hit. Oh, that's a hit. All right. So now we are moving a little, but let's take off the sail completely. So now this is the part where I'm sweating. I need to make that jump. I need a nice wave so I can... Oh, maybe now? Fuck, okay, let's do that again. Yeah, we definitely need swimming. Okay, I'm going to put that... I mean, of course, I put 2 HP for the boat because we're not going to do that forever. Oh, I think I got it. Why we have the splash? Oh, I know why. You have to know that the countdown is already started because I took it down. So just go down a little bit. Hop là comme ça, c'est très bien. Allez, on y va. C'est bon, stop. Okay. Oh! Yes! Amazing. So we are in the ship, and 2 marine fighter ships just decided to say hello and maybe discuss about my my adventure on looting this ship. So I'm going to loot everything, guys. Some timber, some meat, some fish. Let's go. That's good. Okay, what do we have here? I take everything. You know what? Some metal, some gunpowder. That's good. In this barrel, what do we have? Nothing. Ok, très bien. Les radins, quoi. Here, I take it. So, because this is kind of cargo, like this is big resources, I put some stack at 1, but you can put 16 or 32 or 64. It's up to the resources you're putting. So, the marine fighter ship are coming. And, oh, the chest. Okay, let's loot the chest. We have... what do we have? Some herbs and some fertile soil. Amazing, we're going to change the world with that. That's pretty cool. I think I need to get out. Oh no, I want to show you what is inside, but what is inside is water. A lantern, very cool. I really like this inside feel where you can just look around and try to loot. First, you need to just investigate. My boat is super far. I cannot swim and I cannot get into my boat because the waves are too strong. So basically the buoyancy of the game is kind of dynamic. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but it replicates the real physics of water, so your ship can just move away. And in this very specific situation, that's not very cool because now I cannot get in my boat and the marine ships are coming. But next time we will have swimming. So how can we improve that? Basically in many ways. First, by putting a ladder in the marine trade ship, that could be cool. Water masking, obviously. In the next devlog, we are going to see an island, a beautiful island with a lot of vegetation and stuff, and you will be able to just bring these resources and talk to an NPC to just kind of put these resources to build the city. So this is what is next on the next devlog. Don't forget to I'm looking at the pirate ship. Don't forget to wishlist the game, very important to help us, the algorithm and stuff. And I see you in the next one, next devlog. See you, bye-bye.